Hare Krishna. We continue reading from Bhagavad Gita as it is, chapter 7, Knowledge of the Absolute. Here on text 15. Namam duskritino mudaha prapadyante naradamaha maya yapahrata jnana asuram bhavam ashritaha. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Those miscreants who are grossly foolish, who are lowest among mankind, whose knowledge is stolen by illusion, and who partake of the atheistic nature of the demons, do not surrender unto me. So yesterday we heard Krishna was telling Arjuna that this divine energy of mind, this material world, which is consisting of three modes of material nature, she's very difficult to overcome. You cannot cross beyond it. But if you surrender to me, if anyone surrenders to me, they can very easily cross beyond it. Means they can very easily come to the perfection, liberation. Now Krishna is explaining. He's saying, but not everyone will surrender to me. He's saying that 4 types of people don't surrender unto me. And who are they? Those miscreants who are grossly foolish. The grossly foolish, he's saying, will not surrender. They don't surrender. Then the second, who are lowest among mankind. Then third, whose knowledge is stolen by illusion. Fourth, the atheists. He's saying these 4 kind of people don't surrender to me. So Prabhupada is giving us more details about these 4 categories. It is said in Bhagavad Gita that simply by surrendering oneself unto the lotus feet of the Supreme Personality Krishna, one can surmount the stringent laws of material nature. At this point, a question arises: how is it that educated philosophers, scientists, businessmen, administrators, and all the leaders of ordinary men do not surrender to the lotus feet of Sri Krishna, the all-powerful personality of Godhead? So Prabhupada is saying, one may think, because Krishna is saying, you just surrender to me and you can go beyond this material world. So why is everyone not surrendering? It's something to think about. Why? So mukti or liberation from the laws of material nature is sought by the leaders of mankind in different ways and with great plans and perseverance for a great many years and births. But if that liberation is possible by simply surrendering unto the lotus feet of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, then why don't these intelligent and hard-working leaders adopt this simple method? Why? If it is so simple that just surrender to Krishna and you don't have to again wait for so many lifetimes to get purification, to get free from the modes. Krishna is saying, you just surrender to me and in this life you can cross beyond, you can get liberation. So the question can be raised that why are people still not surrendering to Krishna? Why they still want to do difficult things that after so many lives they will be able to get liberation? The Gita answers this question very frankly. Those really learned leaders of society like Brahma, Shiva, Kapila, the Kumaras, Manu, Vyasa, Devala, Asita, Janak, Prahlad, Bali, and later on Madhvacharya, Ramanujacharya, Sri Caitanya, and many others who are faithful philosophers, politicians, educators, scientists, etc., surrender to the lotus feet of the Supreme Person, the all-powerful authority. So Prabhupada is saying that the great leaders, the Mahajans, Lord Brahma, Lord Shiva, Kapila, the Kumaras, Manu, Vyas, Devala, these are great leaders of society. Great leaders. They are the Mahachan, Prahlad, Bali. And he's saying later on, Madhvacharya, Ramanujacharya, Sri Lord Chaitanya, they have all surrendered to the lotus feet of the Supreme Lord, the all-powerful authority. Lotus feet of the Supreme Person, that is lotus feet of Krishna. And who is he? He is the all-powerful authority. Those who are not actually philosophers, scientists, educators, administrators, etc., but who pose themselves as such for material gain, do not accept the plan or path of the Supreme Lord. So we can see those who are really the leaders of society, those who are really the great philosophers, those who are really the great scientists, educators, they have all surrendered to the Supreme Lord. But those who are just pretending to be great philosophers, to be leaders, to be scientists, those who are just pretending, they don't surrender. They don't surrender to the Supreme Lord. Why? They have no idea of God. They don't idea. They have no idea. They simply manufacture their own worldly plans and consequently complicate the problems of material existence in their vain attempts to solve them. So instead of solving the problem of life, if we just get puffed up, and because I want to get some kind of recognition, I want some kind of material gain, I manufacture my own way, then instead of making things simple, I'm complicating it, not only for myself, but for everyone around me. Because material energy nature is so powerful, it can resist the unauthorized plans of the atheists and baffle the knowledge of planning commissions. So after all, Maya, she is Krishna's servant. Till the time he does not give the authority, she's not going to take away the illusion influence from that person. No matter how hard we try. We may say, I will do it by myself. I will manufacture my own way of liberation. I'll manufacture one. But Maya Devi is not going to let us go. She listens only to Krishna's orders. He's the boss. She's not going to let us go. It's like there's a boss, and then there's this, he has the soldiers, and they've captured someone. So the soldiers are not going to just let this person go. Yeah, but if the king or the king says, oh, let this person go, very easily they'll say, okay, let him go. It's the order of the boss. So the atheistic plan makers are described herein by the words dushkritinaha, or miscreants. Kriti means one who has performed meritorious work. The atheist plan maker is sometimes very intelligent and meritorious also, because any gigantic plan, good or bad, must take intelligence to execute. But because the atheist brain is improperly utilized in opposing the plan of the Supreme Lord, the atheistic plan maker is called dushkriti, which indicates that his intelligence and efforts are misdirected. So dushkritinaha, there's great intelligence there. The scientists are greatly intelligent, of course. It's not easy to try to understand so many complicated things, but the intelligence is misapplied. The energy is being misapplied. Instead of working and cooperating under the laws of God, if we say that there is no God, then we are just opposing the plan of God. We are complicating things. In the Gita, it is clearly mentioned that the material energy works fully under the direction of the Supreme Lord. So the material energy, she's a servant of God. She listens to God's orders. We are not God. We cannot order her, let me get out of here. No, she's not going to let us go. No matter whatever we do, we plead her, we try to please her, we try to bribe her, she's not going to let us go. It's only when God orders her, okay, you let them go, then she can let us go. Material energy has no independent authority. What's our fault is we think she's independent. So we think we can control her and we will get out of this material world. We are not able to understand there is God behind this entire material world. And we need to surrender to Him to be able to get out of this material world. It works as the shadow moves in accordance with the movements of the object. But still, material energy is very powerful. And the atheist, due to his godless temperament, cannot know how it works, nor can he know the plan of the Supreme Lord. Yeah, the material energy, very powerful. If there's a tsunami, how much devastation it can cause. The big earthquakes, forest fires, material energy, she is very powerful. And we get bewildered by this. We are not able to see that everything's happening according to God's plan. Because we are not able to see God, we are just able to see this material energy. We get bewildered. We are not able to understand what's happening. We simply have to try to understand God. To whatever degree He can reveal Himself, He will reveal Himself to us. We cannot understand God in full because He's unlimited. But whatever our tiny intelligence can understand, God will reveal Himself to that degree. Under illusion and the modes of passion and ignorance, all His plans are baffled, as in the case of Hiranyakashipu and Ravan, whose plans were smashed to dust, although they were both materially learned as scientists, philosophers, administrators, and educators. So Hiranyakashipu and Ravan, they were controlling the entire universe. The entire universe. The demigods were also afraid of them. Everyone was afraid of them. There was no one who didn't know them in the universe. So they were the rulers of the universe. And yet what happened? What happened? They were killed by the Supreme Lord. Why? Simply because they didn't surrender. They didn't surrender. They became, they were demoniac. They were demoniac. They wanted to become God themselves. They were saying, who's God? There's no God. I am God. So, and what happened? They were just killed. They're killed. These Dushkritinas or miscreants are of 4 different patterns as outlined below. So Prabhupada is giving us that who are these 4 Dushkritina, miscreants. So we'll stop here for today and then we can continue with the purport tomorrow to try to understand more about this. Thank you so much for listening and enjoying it. Bhagavad Gita ki jai, Shilpa Prabhupada ki jai, Gaur Bhakta Vrinda ki jai.